Welcome to Dance to Heal. I'm your host, Jenny C. Cohen. Join me as I share stories of how dance and movement can bring healing in a way that is safe and tailored to your life. I'm a cancer survivor, mother of two, and an award-winning performer who found that movement was vital to my recovery. I created Dance to Heal Wellness and also authored the best-selling book, Outside of Recovery, Dancing My Way Back to Myself After Breast Cancer. I will bring new techniques to help you on your dance journey and healing path. Are you ready to move? Dance to Heal starts now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dance to Heal podcast. I am beyond ecstatic to have Cindy with us here today. Welcome, Cindy.
Thank you.
So listen, Cindy's full and extensive bio is on the description of this episode. If you're listening on your car where you're driving, please don't look at the screen. Just remember Cindy, and her last name is Ju. Okay, Ju. And you're going to find that episode to hear about how she's a transformational coach, energy healer, dynamic speaker, and a best-selling author. It goes on with all these really interesting things. And on YouTube, you can see that after Cindy's last name is the energy of being you. All right. So you go to energyofbeingyou.com. That's where Cindy's gift is going to be under Energy Shift Gift. Before we get into that, Cindy and I were just talking about the difference between really formal interviews versus today's flow where we're going to let it go. And I want to ask you, Cindy, is there a difference for you between being formal and then being more improvisational?
There is, but also there isn't. Don't you love my answer? It's just always in the duality of what I always say, you are a human and a spirit at the same time. So, when you're dancing professionally or, just wanting to perform a certain way, there's position, there's choreograph, there's just a way that you want the audience to experience that piece. Versus when you're, an amateur, or you're just dancing for fun, it's a little bit more creative in another way. Both of them have creativity, but it's just in a more free-flowing way where you can just not judge yourself as harshly. Versus one, you are judging yourself and you want to be good. So then there's just the two of it. I mean, there's both elements of it because when you're professional, you want to have fun and all of that stuff as well. It's just what degree you're at.
Oh, I love that. I love that because for me, it completely resonates the way you described it, Cindy. And also when I'm being paid to perform or go teach at a show versus when I'm doing an informal neighborhood type of show that may be in a studio, it may still be in a theater type setting. It's still an informal type of feeling versus a big show, right? And versus if it's like my own solo or I'm a part of someone's professional theater show. I love that delineation. I mean, if I'm dancing naked in my shower, that's my improv and I'm having fun and I'm doing it for me, right? And I'm adding to the energy of the world. It's not directly like, oh, I'm worried about, am I being professional enough? Like professional is such an interesting word. It depends on who's talking, right? And then when I'm performing, because I'm doing quotation marks in the air for my audio people. When I'm performing professionally, right? There's also degrees in there because if I'm performing under my persona of Leah Jenny, Cindy, which basically is how I do now, everything is professional for me. As soon as I step out of my car, before I even go into the building, and my persona is Leah Jenny, it is very different than Jenny C. Cohen. They're both very professional. There's just different levels and degrees of expectation from myself. I don't judge myself because I learned not to do that. It's just very hurtful, right? However, my expectations of how I want to present myself, my performance, my music, my costuming, all of that it's very focused versus I'm dancing naked in my shower. I'm just having fun. Both times fun, different type of focus.
It is. I love that because there's an element of, it's your craft, right? Yeah. It's like, again, this is going personal. Like we love putting on earrings or we love putting on our makeup. And that's the same with the performance as well, because you are a masterpiece and you are just, putting different shade, different colors, and especially with the degree of like there's a personal, and we're small business owners, you know, and we have to uh, cultivate certain things within us, higher expectation of where we want to go, and yet still remain us. So at the same time, I just really view us the energy of just being you, just like
Yeah.
where how you're showing up, where you're showing up, and you are you all the time at just uh different parts of you showing up and different,
Yeah.
because we giggle all the time, right? But then if we're on stage, we're not going to be giggling all the time. So yeah,
Well, we could be, but that would be like
could be.
improvisational play.
Yeah.
Speak more about what energy of being you is for the
Oh,
audience. I know because folks, Cindy and I know each other from a lot of high end coaching, because we're coaches, we're always educating ourselves. Tell my wonderful audience what energy of being you is.
oh, you guys, I love this. So energy of being you really is, I talked about it earlier. You are human and a spirit at the same time. And the energy of being you is utilizing all parts of you. Now, this might be new to some people to hear like you have many parts of you. It's like, whoa, there's something wrong with it. No, actually, there is an inner child part, there is a wise part, there is a, um, if I had a cuss, like the not so nice part of you as well that shows up, but all parts of you. And that is embracing all of you, which is the energy of you, because different parts of you show up at different time. And when I say the energy of being you, it is really learning about you, how you are expressing yourself and becoming yourself every single day. Because every single day, you're actually a new person if you really are aware of how powerful you are, versus some of us are in our head and we keep the same thoughts going, so then it feels like, oh, things aren't changing or whatever. But the energy of you, the fun, the love, the creativity, and the wisdom that you have can always come out. It's just whether you want to access that or not, or you're aware that you have the power to do that all the time.
I love this. And how do they know they're not connected energetically with all the different parts of ourselves? How do we know?
Wow, wow. If you are a complainer, that's a big sign.
Okay, let's clarify one thing too, also, because not unfortunately, and I rarely know when I'm complaining, and when I'm with next to a person who's complaining all the time, I don't think they're aware they're complaining. They're just voicing their dissatisfaction with something. So give us some measurable stats. Like, what does that mean when that's really, really important, because this might help some of us identify when we're in complainer.
Yes, awesome, awesome clarification, because sometimes you need to just vent, right? Something happened and you're just wanting to vent of like, hey, this is going on. However, the difference is you know that you're venting and you tell the other person, hey, you know what? Um, Somebody just yelled at me and I just need you to listen. You have to know yourself enough to go, oh, this is what I want to do. Now, when you're complaining, there's a part of you that already knows, but you have to slow down enough to know that. So then when I say you're a complainer, are you complaining with intent, or are you just complaining just to be negative and to complain? There's two different ways to use that energy, to use that time that you're giving yourself or somebody's giving you. So how you know you're kind of not in the flow, or maybe identifying with a part of you that just wants to be in negativity, or blaming other people. Now, when I say blaming other people, I take responsibility for my attitude, my action, and I take accountability. And I also give accountability and credit to other people, because if you are, let's just say, in an argument, well, it takes two people to be in an argument, not just one person. You don't have to engage, but a lot of people, they're not aware that you have a choice. So then when I say that you're a complainer, it is really, do you feel it within yourself that I'm complaining and I know that I don't want to complain, versus I'm complaining all the time? Because if you look around and you see that there are negative people in your life, you're actually one of those people. Like, this is the cold hard truth of like, you are actually one of those people. So then it takes you to slow down and to want better for yourself, to go, oh, this person's being negative, what am I doing that's being negative? And of course, you can't change other people, you can only change your own mind, your own reaction, your own thought. So then that's what's come up with, like, if you are a complainer, there is a part of you that is drawing that in. So then how to realize your complainers. Number one, going, oh, I just complain like 5 times a day, 10 times a day. That's the sign that you know, versus, oh, I complain once in a while, or I'm venting. That's the difference in how you're using your energy. Because then you're on auto automatic pilot, or you're being aware of your happiness, your joy, um, how you want to spread love, how you want to be taken care of, all of those things. So I just say complaining because right away people go, oh, I know she complains all the time. Well, girl, if you know she complaining, there's a part of you that is also attracting that. So yeah.
What were the other signs? I'm so sorry I cut you off because you were listing some other ways of measuring when you know you're going into this non-connected with the energy of being you.
Yeah, and and I might say things that seem contradictory or hypocritical sometimes, but really, when you are a human, you are going to go through transformation. This is why a lot of people are in confusion, outside the world. There's a lot, always stuff happening outside the world, but your inside world of just knowing that there's going to be parts that come up. And this is why the energy of being you, because there's a part of you that's going to come up that's scared. There's going to be a part of you that comes up that is excited. And what's happening is you don't realize both of them are trying to get your attention at the same time. So when you work with the energy of being you, again, slowing down, showing yourself compassion, having gratitude for yourself, you're able to go, hey, what do you need? Or, hey, how can I help you? Because I believe, again, the energy of being you is really getting to know yourself and how you're expressing yourself. So self-love, that's a key word nowadays, but really it's a lifestyle to love yourself, to know how to take care of yourself, and then to communicate to other people how to take care of you, and also learn how to take care of other people as well. And it is just, I want everybody to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. So when you want to be happy, healthy, and wealthy, you have to start with yourself and knowing what you're giving out to the world, you're also receiving back. Does that
I
make
love
sense?
that. Yes, it does. I mean, the title of this podcast episode is talking about how to step into abundance, right? So it really does begin with you. There was a training I went with somebody who was like, "Oh, how many people in this room want to be a speaker?" Of course, we all raised our hands. We all wanted to be speakers. And then there was an example exercise where this person said, "All right, so you're speaking in front of 5 people. How does your body feel?" All right, great. Is it still the same as before when you first said you want to be a speaker? And he's like, all right, well then, how about when there are 10 people in the room? Same, how does it feel in your body? Same. And so we went from 5 to 10 to 50 to 100. Now you're in a theater with 300 people staring at you. You're on the stage. Now you're in a theater with 500 people and you're walking. How does that make your body feel? And he's like, if there's not a correct excitement still, like for your body, if that doesn't feel right, then you need to work on that frequency. Because if you're not ready to receive abundance, right, the energy of you, the abundance can't come, or it could arrive and you won't recognize it.
Bingo. That's it. That's it. Because there is resistance in your system. So you have a nervous system, which is your humanness. There's the nervous system, and then how your nervous system has been exposed to you in a different way based on your culture, how you grew up, your environment, the people that have impacted you, and you have an energetic system. The energetic system is the subconscious, where you want to now know what it is that is running the show. Meaning, great question of just like identifying with your body, because right away your body can tell like, oh, something's going on. But not a lot of people slow down enough to even ask themselves that question. So always, like, your life is going at so fast. We're addicted to cell phone, we're addicted to social media, we're just go, 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 go. Versus when you ask yourself, like, oh, how am I feeling in this moment? A lot of people are going to say, oh, I don't feel happy. And I say
Mm-hmm.
happy because an emotion that people can identify with is happy, of like, I know when I'm not happy. I know when and then the in between. The in between is when you just can go, oh, okay, what's happening? Why am I not happy? Why am I not? You have to slow down enough to even feel that for yourself, and to really want that for yourself. A lot of people, again, we're on automatic pilot. That's why I say slow down enough so that you can be aware of what you're creating in your life, because you are the creator of your life. And when you take accountability, when you take responsibility, it's a big thing to be responsible for your happiness. It's to be responsible for your abundance, to be responsible for your money. And, we're parents, so to be responsible for your family as well. So it's a lot. And when you slow down enough to really get to the energy of being you, and it takes a little bit of time, it's not just like, oh, okay, I'm going to get in touch. You can, but you've been hard on yourself for a really long time, or in my culture, I'm of Asian descent, you've been taught to like not speak up. So it takes a while. And especially because your example of like, hey, who wants to be a speaker? I'm like, I do, but I part of me like I'm not supposed to speak. So then you got to work through all those stuff and know which part of you is showing up and just the energy that you come at with your life.
Oh, I love that. That's superb. That's superb. And so my wonderful audience, you're listening and watching this very interesting and exciting conversation. Now, if you're like, oh my gosh, just give me that link again, or I got to go right down to that description and click on it, right? Do that. No, seriously, come back to us. Click on the link gift from Cindy right now. That's going to help you. It's an audio recording. You just listen to it. That's it. All right. Cindy prefers you do it in the evenings. Some of us, though, we like to know what's being said to us when we're sleeping. So I'm going to ask you, right, to do in the past, I've spoken to you audience about checking in with your body through your five senses and take a breath, and then ask yourself, will I benefit from this? And then do it, right? Because we're in the new age now, Cindy, where we always go, I don't tell people just do it. I'm like, check with your body first. If it's a yes, don't hesitate. Just go and do it. If it's a maybe, then sit on it and then come back. If it's a no, hey, it's okay. If you can think of someone that it could benefit, forward it to them, right? That's the whole point of it now. Even my therapist who's like woo-woo, my therapist is woo-woo, and even checks astrology, is very up on top of it. And she's like, we're entering a new age now where we're like awakening has a society on a global level. It's no longer like the doctors are number one. It's now everyone's more in charge, and we're doing biohacking and understanding there's more than one way to heal.
Yes.
If you're listening to this episode, we're showing you another way to heal, right? And all of my guests come on, they're basically showing you a way to be healing with your own power. You are more powerful than you ever realized. Right, Cindy?
Yes, yes, that's exactly it. And when you talk about, the expertise, like I have a team around me, right? I have a team, like I have a therapist, I have a doctor, I have a podiatrist, I have, people around me. I have business coach that really takes care of me. It takes a village to raise me. And one of the people that you're discounting is you,
Yep.
meaning you are the expert of you. So then you have to cultivate the people around you to take care of you so that you can elevate to that next level where you can, get clients. If if you're a coach and you want to get a client, or if you want to find love and all of this stuff, you have to be the CEO of you, the business of being you, and also realizing that you, this is a little bit controversial. No one's coming to rescue you. It is you taking accountability and being the hero or the villain in your own story and in your own life. And I love that you tell people to check in, because for me, I check in with myself and I go, sometimes in the past, I'm like, I need to be safe. I need to be safe. Yes, you want to be safe and you want to um, um, create that safety environment so that you can receive and you can heal. I use the word I'm safe enough so that I can tell my system of like, hey, I'm good. And like, if I'm safe, I might wait for perfection versus I'm safe enough. I'm going to try something new. If I don't like it, I can stop anytime. So I really invite people to check in with their body, check in with their heart. I know the heart is kind of like, people's like, but I love the heart. The heart is where I'm alive. So check in with your heart, check in with your body. And if it's a yes, go for it. If it's a no, just like Jenny said, maybe you sleep on it or wait on it. But really, when you want to experience abundance and love and all that's in your life, there's a little bit of risk taking. So that I hope people feel safe enough to really try something new in this new age of just healing yourself with energy clearing.
I love that. Yes. Yes. And understand though, my wonderful audience members, as you're hearing what we're saying, right? Some of you may be like, woohoo! And some of you be like, what is this dang fall? What are you talking about? And we are actually mixing up different ideologies because the goal, though, because Cindy and I had a conversation about this before this interview about being the CEO of your team and like you're the center part, right? Because I used to work in occupational therapy and I remember in rehab, we would meet over, back then we were told to call patients clients. So it's hard for me to shift. Now they're clients, now we're patients again when we're in the hospital. Anyway, so in the rehab hospital, every morning would be the doctor and the social worker and the PT and the OT and the speech and the nursing departments plus additional services, speech pathologists or whatever. They would all gather and meet over every single patient on the floor. And you would have a team of people discussing what gains that person had, what they were still stuck on, so we could come up with the best, safest way to get them home so they wouldn't come back, right? So we're taking that the same idea and now shifting into your life where you're the head doctor, right? Because you're with yourself only. And then you're going to have a team. Within that team, I'm going to add one other team member, someone who's there for you when you're seeing one of your team members. I'm great at being the assistant to any of you. I could go to the doctor's appointment with you and I will have done my research and I know exactly what you forgot to tell them. Medications you're on that they're now prescribing that could contradict whatever the thing is. I know all about that. When I'm the patient, I forget everything. I forget what happened last week. I walk in there and I'm just kind of like, please just give me the answers. And then my husband, who comes with me to a lot of my appointments, he's like, you forgot to tell them this, you forgot to tell them this, you forgot to tell them this, right? So you need an advocate for yourself when you're meeting with any of these people. Now you're saying, oh, well, what do you mean? Like, I have to be micromanaged? We're not saying that. We're saying part of being energetically whole is to understand you can't do it by yourself. You do need, I love this, Cindy. You're like, I need a village to raise Cindy. You, audience member, need a village to raise you.
Yeah, exactly. And I love because you have to advocate for yourself and we advocate for other people as well, right? That's what we're so good at. Again, in my culture, it's just kind of like you're taught to like take care of other people. You have to learn how to advocate for yourself as well. This is why we don't speak up or we don't ask the question. Like it might be embarrassing or you might not, but you have to train yourself to be the best advocate for yourself. Because guess what? You are with you all the time. You are with you all the time. And I say this story of like for years, I went to get a massage. Okay. Paid for a massage, but then I would never speak up like it's too hard or it's too soft, and I wouldn't say anything. I would waste my time. I would come out like that was not a good massage. Well, guess what? I didn't speak up. I didn't advocate for myself. I didn't say like, hey, I want it deeper or I want it softer or whatever. So you have to be a cooperative CEO. And again, when you are in charge of you got to be the janitor, the CEO, the marketer, everything, okay? I'm just using that in business terms, but you also have to be the entrepreneur or the student or, the coach in your life. And you have to speak up and really advocate for yourself. And I learned that through massage because I wasted a lot of money getting massages that I was not satisfied. Does not happen now. I learned my lesson. It only took 10 or 20 times.
Well, the body is really interesting, right? Because so my YouTube people, you can see that we present as Asian American women. In the audio, you may not hear that because we don't have that accent that everyone loves to make fun of, right? We don't have an accent because we grew up in the States. Folks, we're American citizens. Anyways, my point is there's cultural things we all grow up with. You don't have to be Asian American to understand the culture of being a woman. You don't have to be a woman to understand the culture of having roles embedded into you when you were a little child, when you were the most powerless and at the mercy of the adults around you. We all share that. It does not matter. We were all children, unless you're a clone, in which case this conversation may not be relevant to you. Because this could be in the future, right? So if you're a clone, we're sorry about that, maybe they implemented some of the memories. The rest of us were like little babies, and then we were toddlers and little children, and all those moments we did not come with IKEA instructions. So the adults around us had to learn through failure, and that failure would make us feel powerless, right? And so we would then come up with ideas of why that happened, it would always be directed at ourselves, because when a child's not going to be like, the adult who's taking care of me, who I love and adore, is wrong. That's inconceivable to our tiny little baby brains. So then we turn it inward. And Cindy and I are asking you to sit in your body and go, what broken programming do I need to get rid of or adjust and reshift? Because it's no longer serving me.
Yeah, and that is the greatest work you are here to do. Like, I know we have to go to, work and make money, or we have to but that is the greatest work that you can do in this world, which is to sit and just go, oh, sometime during my childhood, and a lot of trauma happens during childhood, and we keep, all of this stuff because we believe something to be true. And that could have happened intentionally or unintentionally, directly or indirectly. Do you see how complicated it can get and how entangled it can get, especially as a child, because you're just absorbing everything. And then you get to the point where you grow up and you're just like, oh, why am I this way? You have to take that time for yourself. It's really understanding that you, and deserve is not the right word, it's your birthright to take care of you, to be seen, loved, and heard. That, I believe, is your birthright. And when you sit and just go, oh, do I really believe this? Because some of us, we believe like, oh, you need to work hard for your money, or some of us like, oh, I'm not pretty, or whatever. That is all just your mind going based on the condition that has happened in your life that you believe to be true. But I question what I think all the time, because when you are in alignment with the energy of being you and really being who you are, you don't doubt yourself. Of course we doubt ourselves, but you don't doubt that you are a loving, kind, amazing human being. It's only when those conditions, those survival patterns that come up, that you have those doubt and you go, why am I not good enough? Or why can't I do this? You have to work with all parts of you and within your nervous system and energetic system to really get to the place where it's like, I don't care if I look like a fool. I'm having fun. Or, you know what? I want to be awesome and I'm going to work at it. You just love yourself to another level and you take care of yourself at another level. And really, that's when your life starts to shift. That's your energy changing and abundance is coming in and you're receiving without guilt. A lot of us are receiving with guilt, and receiving is just like, thank you, more please, versus like, okay, I'll receive it, but then I have to pay it back. Or what am I going to do with that? So really, the energy of being you is to receive the joy of who you are and to really love yourself to the level where you allow yourself to see your imperfection and the beauty of the messy, beautiful life we are here to live.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Cindy. So be sure you go down into the description of this episode later and access Cindy's gift. And if you're hesitating at all, go to danceandheal.com for my gift. That'll get you right into your body. And then you'll know. The answer is yes, by the way. Okay? You need the gift. However, if you need to work through it, go to that danceandheal.com and get your free course where I do stretching and dancing with you, and then it'll be automatic. Or just do both. Just do both. Cindy, thank you so much for coming. We will have to have you come back, okay? Because I feel like we just started to touch the beginning of this conversation, and I'll get in trouble with my editor if I let us go any longer. So that's just an excuse to have you come back, okay?
Oh, I would love to come back, and thank you so much for what you do in the world. I look up to you. I'm inspired by you, and I'm so thankful that we're both Asian women, entrepreneurs, and really stepping out there to say, hey, you can do it. You have the ability to be happy, to change your life, to make money, and to really impact the world in a bigger way than you realize. So thank you so much for being that example for me.
Aw, thank you, Cindy. Audience members, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to Dance to Heal with Jenny C. Cohen. Come back next time to hear stories of recovery through movement and learn more ways that you can move your body. To work with me and continue your journey, visit OutsideInRecovery.com. Are you ready to move?